Kurtz.
Catherine Kurtz, 531 Dudley Avenue. And I'd like to comment on the garage issue again. As I understand it, the website for the borough says the garage is limited to 660 square feet, and that is the law, according to the website. So I don't think that there's much room for much reinterpretation of that. The other question, well, my concern is I have a very small backyard like most of us. My neighbor behind me has a garage, which is a lovely stone garage, and the neighbor on the side of me has one, also lovely. It would not be lovely if they tripled the sizes of their garages and made them 2 stories. That would leave me living in a canyon. I know many people have been denied permits or had their structures altered because of the setback requirements. When I added a deck to my house, I was told it was new construction, so it needed to be 11 feet from any existing building. Therefore, we had to slice off a corner of the deck, which was fine. But that has been my experience, and I know there are other people in my neighborhood who were denied permission to build a garage because they would have needed 6 or 10 or 11 feet setback. So there is precedent for disallowing such structures, and I think that's important to take on the record too. I'd like to ask if anybody else knows of anyone who was denied a permit because of the setback issue. And if you would communicate that to me, I would appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Georgette Dubois.
Georgette Dubois, 1 Price Avenue. I want to start with the schedule of bills. This was the last Borough Council meeting where I asked about that, and I asked to see it, and it was passed around the room. And I noted at the time that there was no mention of any payment to our attorney, and there didn't seem to be anybody who could answer like why it looked like we didn't pay the attorney anything that much. So I'd like for the public to be able to see the schedule of bills again and see if there's any. And can you remind us what the name of the firm is? Because
Hamburg Rubin.
yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. So if that could be passed around, I think that would be useful for everybody to see what bills are being paid.
There are a number of, I can tell you, there are a number of bills from the solicitor's office which the checks were cut today, and there's some extra paper copies that could be handed over to you. The
Right.
scheduled bills
And
have
does it
been
itemize
accepted.
what the work was, like for what, or
The details of the bills are available in the Finance Committee folder that will be in the Borough office tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah, what I do is every time there's a separate matter, I do open up new matters for particular issues.
Right.
There are some more general matters like zoning ordinances or general ordinances, but if there is a matter that I believe is going to be unique, I try to open up, or if it's something that would be passed through, the cost passed through, for example, to a developer. So the borough's not stuck with those bills that they can pass through. I will open up new matters for those.
There's six distinct categories there.
I mean, I think
So, okay,
since I've been here, I'm up on matter 29.
Okay. Since it's my 5 minutes, I just want to go
Yeah,
into
go
the
ahead.
next
And I'm
thing.
sorry to take.
That's quite all right. The budget meeting that will, the finance meeting where the budget will be presented, where the public can have input, that's this coming Thursday, 8:30. And I really want to encourage everybody to take a look at the budget. There's a link on the website. You can click on it. You can see the entire budget. In my case, going through it, there were probably 20 things that I didn't understand that I would like to ask questions about, at least that many, probably more. So please, even if you can't get to the meeting, take a look at the budget through the website. There's at least one hard copy in the borough office, and there's one copy I know in the library. So look through it and get your questions together and come to the meeting if you can. I can't because I have 5 minutes, so I've got to. So, but you'll have to. So the highway crew. I know that was mentioned in terms of the contract. How many of them are there on the highway crew?
Three full.
Okay, you put up 3 figures. You put up 3. Oh, 3. Okay. All right. So okay. And so, and then along with their 3% increase, do they also get an increase in their longevity pay?
We're going to go into that in the resolutions, but
Okay, that's fine.
so we'll give you as much detail as we're comfortable with.
Okay.
That we feel we can. There's nothing
Great.
hidden about it. So.
No, that's fine, just interested. And then the public record, I know Frank asked if that would be in the public record, and it sounded like you were saying it would be online and people could see it. When would they see that, or they wouldn't see that until January when the minutes from this meeting are approved? Okay, so anyone who's interested in seeing what Frank presented, you'll wait till January, until the meeting where the minutes get approved, and then you'll get to see that, but you can also get information from him. And can we now have the permits for the current construction that's going on in the borough posted at the sites as the law requires?
Yes.
Great, love to look at that, thank you. And then what is the amount of the package that we're paying the borough manager who's leaving? There's some sort of package that was agreed upon, and I know the public is interested in knowing what that amount
It'll be
is.
brought up on the 30th when it's finalized, so it's still in draft, but definitely will be a public thing. It'll be brought up on the 30th.
Okay,
So
thank
it's not
you.
quite finalized.
Thank you, Georgia. Gary Georgie Stein, am I saying your name right?
Hi, I have nothing to say.
Okay, thank you. Carolyn L.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to
Welcome.
introduce myself. I work for State Senator Dalen Leach. So I'm the eyes and the ears for the senator, so just came here to listen to our constituents. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just come speak to me and we'll make sure that's addressed.
Well,
Cool.
Thank you.
There you
Thank you
go.
very much. Welcome to the best council meeting this side of the Mississippi. Hope you come back all the time. This being the first time that I'm limiting public comment to a sign-up sheet, so we've never done that before, but did anybody miss the sheet? Okay, you, go ahead.
Hi,
Just
sorry,
state your name and address.
I was late, I was gonna go final. My name is Kirsten Borough, and so I can spell it for you later. And I live at 211 Price Avenue. I'm just here to express concern. I've lived on Price for 13 years. Our cars keep getting hit on Price Avenue on that block. Between my husband and I, we've had our cars hit 6 times. I had 2 panels worth of damage from last Saturday night. I don't really have spare $500 right now for the Christmas season to also repair my car. And so people zoom down our street. I know it's been talked about in the past that perhaps it would be one way on our block or one side of the street parking only. I see cars get hit on my street all the time. I have reported accidents that I have chased down license plate numbers. My neighbors have done the same. This happens all the time. And I'm just here to just express my frustration living on our street. I lived in Center City for 5 years. I lived in Manio for 5 years before that. I have never had this problem. So I'd just like to put that out there.
What's the cross streets on there?
Between Essex and Narberth Avenue. So across from one of the beautiful church residential things, and I would like to express my appreciation for residential churches while I'm standing there.
And these are hit and runs?
Thank you
Hit and
very
runs,
much.
yeah, so no one ever leaves a note, yeah. Hit and runs.
I'm not sure, normally this type of thing would be discussed in Public Works, of which Mr. Wigberg is
Okay.
currently the chair. We'll
I
see
was
where
encouraged to come.
where the reorganization takes us in January, but I've made a note of it, and we'll have a further discussion in the committee meeting.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Mr. Harry?
Yeah, I just wanted to express my concerns
Sorry,
about.
just your address for the record? Your street
Yes,
address?
this is, well, I don't want to read my whole,
I just need your street address if you're going to speak it.
oh, 118 Chestnut Avenue,
Thank
sorry,
you.
sorry.
All right.
I've got hearing problems too, but that's allowed when they're my age. But I'm concerned, with the concern I have a number of safety problems, as Jim mentioned, it's the old one, but the concern I have, based upon what I found out last week, is that the employee parking for the church would be primarily over on Marion and Rockland roads from the church, because of the 3 adjoining streets are all 2-hour parking. And the teachers I know at the school, they park primarily on Rockland, so it puts more of the emphasis on Marion. And the concern I have is that we have all the small children who walk past my house every morning, all head over towards that corner of Narberth, and they all have to cross Marion Road somewhere, or Marion Avenue somewhere. And the concern I have is that this process would go on at approximately the same time as the employees would be coming in there to park. And it looked to me like a situation that was not very good as far as the kids were concerned. And it would be even more difficult when the employees are late, or the children are late, because then they're all in a big hurry to get where they want to go. And of course, if we have a bad weather, that attracts more to the situation. So the point I've been making is that it's all kind of concentrated within a couple streets over there. And there's a lot of kids and there's a lot of people looking to park. And they're all kind of competing for parking places like I used to do when I was in Philadelphia. And I think it's a serious concern for the health of the kids. That's just basically my point. And I would think that you all would have maybe a similar thought, or maybe you have an answer for this. In any case, I think you should have an answer before we go ahead and pass the amendment. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll take this opportunity to call on Mayor Grady, who I believe had some comments regarding the excess parking and public safety.
Well, we did look at, Mr. Herron, we did look at the area with regard to emergency vehicles. We saw no.
Right, we've done that.
With regard to that.
We've discussed that.
Years ago, we talked about with regard to the children. A lot of people drive faster when they're late for school and so forth, but we always had a crossing guard or someone down there to assist as well. We could take a look at the other cross areas and see whether it's necessary to engage a crossing guard as well, with regard to the other streets you're talking about.
I think it ought to be really looked at, so we're clear that the addition of maybe up to 50 cars looking around the park.
Do you know how many cars from the school actually park in that area? I mean,
No, I was talking to the crossing guard, and he said, or I wasn't talking to them.
I was, yeah.
You was?
Mr. Hoffman, he can give you that information. I was chatting with him one day, he's had that job for years, and he can't imagine where those cars are gonna go parking. So I suggest you speak to him.
But they're all teachers or teachers or parents that park there.
Well, he says there are two problems. There are the teachers who do park here all day, but then when the parents drop the kids off, it's a lot of quick coming and going, and it's really not very safe for the children. So the parents must park at the curb to discharge their children.
Yeah,
But the other issue is the walkers, who are, as young as 5, who are trying to cross that street at the same time.
I'll talk to Sergeant Antoine now.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Can I just add
I
one
will
quick comment?
Go right ahead, just state your name and address, please.
Robin Burnholz, 212 Marion Avenue. And what...
On the south side.
Oh, on the south side, the majority of kids walk. There are parents in a hurry on their way to work. But 24 years ago, we examined the issue because there was no stop sign on that corner. And it's a whole lot better, but we still have most of South Narberth walking on Rockland and Marion.
Well, I know that Rockland's always been an issue as being an informal drop-off spot, although the drop-off is in the front of the school. A lot of parents decide to save time and drop off in the rear of the school, and that's becoming an
And
issue.
they pick up in the afternoon.
In the afternoon as well, pickups.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. There being no